Hi, this is Ed, and I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about the side of the Japan you may not have never known. I'm basing this solely on my experience in Okinawa, as well as the time I've spent on mainland Japan, so I hope you enjoy my presentation. Sorry there's no video, could not get it embedded. So when most people think of Japan, they think of things like samurai and the shoguns that ran them. They also think of things like sumo wrestlers and all the other sports completely unique to Japan. But when you think of Okinawa, what do you really think of? What comes to mind? I think a lot of people would want to know where exactly Okinawa, Japan is. It's 400 miles south of mainland Japan. It's only a little tiny island, 70 miles long and 7 miles wide at its widest part. It's home to 1.3 million people, to include a lot of military individuals. Another thing about Okinawa, Japan is it's very different than mainland. I mean, just look at that water. That's beautiful. Although this picture shows that it's crystal blue, it's actually more of an emerald green, especially when you're closer to the ground. But it's still a tropical island paradise, nonetheless, worth visiting. The left picture shows traditional Japanese style from mainland. It has gargoyles of fish and black roofs and white walls. The Okinawan style is more influenced by the Chinese, which it has dragon gargoyles and red siding. Big difference. When comparing dance styles, there's a very different style as well. Mainland Japan has very exacting, very slow, methodical style dancing, whereas the Okinawan style is more colorful, more vibrant, more loud, more wild. It's definitely a country's version of the mainland. Presentation is a very big thing in mainland Japan, whereas you can see it on the dishes on the left. It looks very appetizing, very delicious, very artful. Whereas the food from Okinawa, while not as artful, has more focus on taste and uniqueness, like this Goya chapuru. Weather is very different in mainland Japan as well, as you can see from the snowdrifts here in Misawa, reaching almost 50 feet high. There are 4 seasons in mainland, whereas Okinawa only seems to have spring and summer, although typhoon season is very dangerous, as you can see, as the seawall is getting battered. Another main thing I noticed difference between the two areas are the wooded areas and the mountainous areas have different types of trees. Mainland has bamboo, maple, and pines, whereas Okinawa has more like tropical type stuff like mangoes, coconuts, and other fruit type bearing trees. Enough comparisons. Now I want to go ahead and talk about why I liked Okinawa myself. I went ahead and looked for everything I could find. Totem poles, caves, diving spots, whatever. I want to see who was hanging around, what was there to do, and get all the experience I could from Okinawa instead of just hanging out on base. I wanted to experience the culture they had as well. Asa dancers, dancing wildly in the crowd, getting crazy for them, doing the Aososa song. And then afterwards everybody would go ahead and go to the gift shops and get the Asa drums. Kids loved to play with them. Some adults did too, and they even joined in on some of the dancing. It was great. Traditionally, sake is a liquor made in Japan. Something that's unique to Okinawa is awamori. Even more unique to Okinawa is habu awamori, or snake awamori. It's supposed to make a brave man braver, but I decided to pass. I didn't have the stomach for it. Some people will try it though. Japan is very family-oriented, so it's no surprise that there are plenty of parks for kids to enjoy, such as the slide, which goes for hundreds of feet down a hill. Something that my son loved even more was this ship park between multiple beaches. This is just one of many that kids can enjoy in Japan. Great place. Now I'm sure the ladies are worried that there's no place to go ahead and go shopping. Fear not. Just Go is a multiple place like Walmart, Macy's, Sears, and everything rolled up into one. Another good place is Americaya. That has some place that has something for guys and women. It's a great place to shop and it makes you feel like you're at home. One of my favorite eateries, Mr. Donut. Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts roll into one. Great donuts for a low price. Another place, Blue Seal. This place is very unique. Japanese tend to go ahead and mix their ice cream and ices with like fruits and beans. Sounds kind of weird, but it's very good. One of my favorite places to take the family was a place called Hiji Falls. Beautiful location, nice clean water which you could drink straight from the falls if you wanted to. Lots of suspension bridges as well. It was an excellent climb, worth the trip. It was a great hike even for someone who doesn't like to hike. Excellent place. If everything I mentioned before isn't your thing, there's always spelunking. If you could tell by the picture, it looks a little eerie. That's because it was. Very exciting place to go look at, though. At the end of the tunnel was somebody's awamori stash. Now, this is not typical, but the owners of the caves allowed this. A great part of Okinawa was all the beaches everywhere, although what I'm showing you is broken down shells and coral, which was about 10 feet back from the shore. The sands themselves are actually very white. I also learned how to become a certified scuba diver here, so I thought that was a great thing as well. Lots of good dive spots. Just about everywhere I went ahead and interacted with the locals. This family took me to the house behind them, showed me the history, and explained to me how great things were here at Okinawa. My roommate's friend here was also very interested in taking us and showing their culture. They enjoyed spending time with us and we with them. You ever take a trip to Japan, take a few days and go to Okinawa? You won't go wrong. Food, sight, smells, sounds, people, culture in general, everything about Okinawa is great, and it's a different variant from what you're going to see in mainland Japan. Take a day or two and see it.